So Enfield has a replayability problem, as of right now at least. So I have completed all of the story quests, all of the main content, all of the endgame mode as well, in agony mode. The only thing I have left in the game are the tutorials, the training stages for the operators, some of the crafting manual, material gathering stuff, and some of the tower defense stages. I'm fully maxed out on the factory and all the other stuff. Anything combat-wise or story quest-wise are done for me. And so for the past few days, it has been all about just testing out different teams and characters with the Umbrella Monument Agony mode. And then I'm just using the sanity to level up any of the characters, like maxing out Yvonne and Tong Tong. And also just trying to level up new characters so I could get new teams to use, or new supports. So safe to say that Enfield, as of right now, at least for the most hardcore players of the game, there's not much to do. The only thing to do is to wait for something to come to do, so we can do stuff. So before we get into even more details, I would like to show you some of the community on Enfield's official Twitter. So Enfield tweeted out something about the sanity supply gift mail or whatever, and then you look at all the latest replies, it's this. Game needs some combat events, big time, or some kind of weekly rotating fun content. Game has so much potential, but someone with vision needs to utilize these tools. And then someone else also made a meme, something like this. Let's fight somewhere empty. And then it's patch 1.1. And some people say, need more tower defense events. Devs endgame is fighting with sanity discount event. Cooking event is so boring and dog shit. Where is some combat and more factory? So right now we have an Enfield endgame crisis. And we need to hold an emergency meeting to discuss this issue right this instance. So I saw some other opinions, like watching other people's videos on this topic. You might be thinking like a Spiral Abyss timer game might be the next step, but the community seems to not really buy into that. They say that Umbrella Monument 10 minutes is good enough, and that having like a short timer, like 7 or 8 minutes, could result it in being just a shill for the latest meta character, and like quick timer and like short and clearing combat in a short time is just not really Enfield style. Enfield is not that type of super omega burst damage type of game. Some hypothesize that Hypergryph is going to use some of the limited time events to find out what type of game modes the players like the most, and then make them into permanent game modes. And while talking, there is new Umbrella Monument endgame coming soon at least. So right now it'd be like the third permanent Umbrella Monument series with like 3 normal stages and 3 agony stages. At first I thought it was like 1 permanent series and then the other is limited time event. But monumental etching is just like the rewards for clearing the Umbrella Monument. It's not a whole new limited time event itself. But anyways, it would be nice if we know how to prepare for the new Umbrella Monument stages. Because I was thinking that we might possibly need 2 different teams in like the upcoming endgame, like most other like gacha endgame nowadays. And building 2 teams would double the game's difficulty. And it's also quite hard, actually, because we don't have that much characters right now, which equals not having that many teams as well. I would say most characters in Enfield are not that flexible. They usually have like 1 or 2 optimal teams. And like leveling 1 character takes up a lot of scarce resources that takes quite a lot of sanity and time to farm for. And also deciding on whether or not to invest in a 4-star character is also a problem in itself, since you might get like a 5-star or 6-star version that's like a better version than 4 stars. So sometimes it can be pretty hard to invest in a 4-star character. But some teams do need some of the 4-star character if you don't have like the actual meta 5-star or 6-star alternative. But regardless of that, building as many teams as possible seems to still be a good goal to strive for at this current moment. For me, I suggest an endgame challenge mode that uses like random enemies wave, or maybe like an infinite survival style zombie apocalypse game mode. I mean, look at the land breakers. They already look like zombies. Might as well make this game a zombie apocalypse game. And you know, in this AI age, maybe changing the enemy AI behavior could help to make the combat more interesting. Maybe a raid boss enemies with new moves and new movement. Just try to avoid stuff like invincible phases and we're good. But anyway guys, let me know your suggestion for the endgame or any solution you have to this Enfield endgame replayability crisis that we're suffering through right now. and see if Hypergriff is listening to us through the walls. But anyways, I'll see y'all next time.